Hey, what's up everybody, it's the People's Crypto. I'm back again with another video. We have some interesting new developments in the cryptocurrency space, but before we dive in, please keep in mind that this video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and please seek out a financial advisor with a background in cryptocurrencies or digital assets. Alright, so our first story is payment giant PayPal says its customers can now buy and sell Bitcoin. Payments giant PayPal says its customers can now buy and sell and hold Bitcoin and other virtual coins with the company's online wallet. The company also says its customers will be, but it doesn't. It says will be able to use cryptocurrencies to shop at 26 million merchants on its network starting in early 2021. A report quotes the company's president and chief executive, Dan Schulman, saying they hope the service will encourage global use of virtual coins and prepare its network for new digital currencies that may be developed by central banks and corporations. We are working with the central banks and thinking of all forms of digital currency and how PayPal can play a role, said Schulman. According to a report, the United States account holders can start buying and selling cryptocurrencies in the coming weeks, while there are plans to expand this to Bemoan and some countries in the first half of 2021. The report adds that PayPal, which has secured their first conditional cryptocurrency license from the New York State Department of Financial Services, the NYDFS, will initially allow purchases of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies called Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin. PayPal has partnered with Paxos Trust Company to offer the service. Meanwhile, the report further explains cryptocurrency payments on PayPal will be settled using fiat currencies such as the US dollar, meaning merchants will not receive payments in virtual coins. The news of PayPal's entry into the cryptocurrency space is a huge endorsement for crypto assets, and it comes as more mainstream organizations are buying Bitcoin and other digital assets. The payment giant's entry is likely to spark the wider adoption of cryptocurrencies given its wide reach. According to the report, PayPal has 346 million active accounts around the world and processed 222 billion in payments in the second quarter. This is actually excellent news for all of us holding Bitcoin and any other cryptocurrency space. Adoption is coming. But a key thing that I took away from this particular article is here where it says all forms of digital currencies. Now, we know that they're rolling out the central bank digital currencies real soon. So I'm only guessing that they probably have gotten word that they're already in development or they're already made. So, of course, they're going to include Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, and all the other cryptocurrencies and allow you to make purchases and other transactions with those cryptocurrencies. But the most important thing, another thing I took away from this article is here where it says digital currencies that may be developed by central banks, that we already know. And then it says, and corporations. So who or what corporations are developing cryptocurrencies? I already have a very strange belief that Google, Amazon, we already know Alibaba has a bunch of different patents for cryptocurrencies. That was covered in a video I did earlier this year. So we already know Facebook has this whole LBRY thing that they're working on. So it just leads me to believe that not only are the central banks are creating cryptocurrencies, or their CBDCs as they're calling them, we have the corporations that will be creating their own cryptocurrencies as well. So, the space is extremely early right now. I don't necessarily think they're trying to compete with Bitcoin. I just think they're just trying to roll out their own version of it so they can have their own way to control the masses. Because that's really what it is. He who controls the money can control the people. So it's an interesting time. I think this is good for the cryptocurrency space. But I truly believe if you're not buying Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies right now, the very last thing you want to do is wait for them to roll out these CBDCs, these central bank digital currencies, or these corporate cryptocurrencies, because from there they'll be able to control you. So just be very mindful of that and just be careful. And it really might be a good idea even though I know Bitcoin is $13,000, it really might be a good idea to maybe start buying some Satoshis and just stacking up just in case, because we really don't know where this is going to go. I can only assume that, it's going to be like a surveillance state on steroids. So just be extremely mindful of that. With Bitcoin, you do have some freedoms, but when these central bank digital currencies come into play, you won't have any at all. So just keep that in mind. Let's take a look at the next story. And it says, hotel Bitcoin ATMs on the rise with addition of Swiss hotel Dolder Grand. It says the number of hotels with Bitcoin ATMs on site growing in Switzerland. The latest announcement came from the Dolder Grand, a luxury hotel and spa in Zurich, which recently installed a crypto ATM supporting 4 cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin ATMs gaining popularity in hotels. The Dolder Grand announced Monday that a cryptocurrency ATM has been installed at the hotel for guests to buy and sell cryptocurrencies on site. The announcement states, as of now, guests of the Zurich Hotel Dolder Grand can buy and sell cryptocurrencies on site conveniently at the crypto ATM. This is made possible by a device from the Swiss cryptocurrency financial specialist Vardax Swiss. Hotel guests can use the machine to buy 4 cryptocurrencies: Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Ethereum with Swiss francs and euros. They can also sell a BTC for Swiss francs. The Dolder Grand started accepting Bitcoin for overnight stays, food, drinks, and spa treatments last year. According to the announcement, the demand for cryptocurrencies has increased significantly since the outbreak of the coronavirus crisis. Many use Vardex machines to gain initial experience with cryptocurrencies. So, adoption is coming. Like I said, Bitcoin is still relatively cheap. Ethereum, Litecoin, all of these different coins with relatively good use cases are relatively cheap. You can still get it now. Do not, and I repeat, do not wait till they roll out the central bank digital currencies or these corporate cryptocurrencies that will be coming down the pipeline. You still have an opportunity. Bitcoin is not 100K. It's not $1 million. It's not anything out of reach for you to acquire. Just stack your stats and just be extremely patient. Get it off these exchanges and put it on either a hardware wallet or a you can even use a desktop wallet, but probably the best thing to use is a hardware wallet, either a Trezor or a Ledger. I would definitely say probably a Ledger is probably the best thing you should get. It's easy to use and you can see your account balances on the Ledger Live app. So it is happening. It is coming. They're adding more Bitcoin ATMs. You're going to start seeing more of these Bitcoin ATMs and less of your traditional ATMs that dispense cash. So just be on the lookout for that. And let's take a look at the next story. It says Traders Digest, after 12K, Bitcoin is heading to 14,300 before 2021. Characterized by an explosive rally in the past 24 hours, Bitcoin just took back this year's high again, but a popular TradeView-based analyst is calling for Bitcoin to hit 4,300. This is based on the underlying trend line analysis, which, according to him, is the most consistent trend line since March. And this is it right here. Bitcoin testing the underlying trend line again. Next stop is 14,300. As per Trading Shot, a widely popular Bitcoin analyst, all the signs are pointing to a BTC rally to a higher price point. How high? Well, the underlying trend line that TS published in June this year suggests a climb to the 14,300 mark. All right, so we just have to be patient and wait. No one really knows. Don't get me wrong, technical analysis is very good, but we just have to wait and see because we just don't know what crazy crisis might be, headed our way next, which might cause the price to drop, or what exchange might get hacked and causes the price to drop. There's so many variables when it comes to, the cryptocurrency space. A lot of it doesn't make sense. We get good news on PayPal and then the price goes up, but then we were getting a bunch of great news with all of these, publicly traded companies buying Bitcoin, and the price really didn't do anything for a while. So we just have to wait and see. However, we are in a bull market right now, so the price will go up. We just don't know by how much. 14,300 I think is pretty reasonable. Hopefully we do hit that mark, because I think right now we're actually around the 12,000 to 3,000 mark. We'll probably be trading sideways for a little bit, and then we'll probably go on our way up. But we just have to wait and see. So let's just take a look at the next story. It says Bitcoin proponents bemoan Joe Biden's proposed capital gains hike. It says the U.S. president election is only 14 days away, and a number of Bitcoin proponents have been discussing the capital gains tax implementations Joe Biden plans to invoke if he wins the American presidency. According to Biden's plan, capital gains will be raised from 21% to 39.6% for certain income brackets. 2 weeks ago, the current U.S. President Donald Trump floated the idea of cutting long-term capital gains cut down to 15%. So we just have to wait and see. Nobody likes taxes. I kind of get why he would do this, but it doesn't matter. They're continuously printing out tons and tons of money. More people are going to go into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. We see many publicly traded companies buying up a load of Bitcoin. I don't think that trend is going to stop. We're just going to see more corporations buy more Bitcoin. We're going to see more wealthy people maybe come out and say that they're purchasing Bitcoin. You're just going to see the FOMO factor increase tenfold, I think, in the coming months and years, because we're not in a good way, and things aren't going to get any better regardless to who wins the presidential election. The whole quantitative easing thing is not going to stop. They're just going to keep printing money. They're going to roll out these central bank digital currencies, and it's not going to stop. They're still going to digitally create more fiat currencies. It just won't be in paper form anymore. Let's take a look at our next story. And look at that. The digital ruble. Russia unveils plans to test central bank digital currency. It says as China is actively testing its digital yuan, Russia is now planning to build and test the central bank digital currency, the digital ruble. Meanwhile, the Bank of Russia has proposed limiting the amount of Bitcoin retail investors can buy. It says the Central Bank of Russia has outlined its plans to conduct an experiment using the digital ruble with a limited number of participants after public consultations. Izvestia publication reported last week. The Bank of Russia announced the development of the digital ruble and public consultations on its issuance on October 13th. Public comments on the issuance of digital ruble are accepted until December 31st. It says 5 Russian banks have already expressed interest in participating in the central bank digital currency pilot. Central Bank of Moscow. Wow, I'm not going to be able to say that. Provynsky Bank. Yeah, I didn't say that correctly. Bank Zenit, Dumfarf, and Russian National Commerce Bank. The State Duma, the lower house of the Federal Embassy. I'm getting like so tongue-tied. Assembly of Russia expects the digital ruble experiment to start the first half of 2021. So, like I was saying, before I butchered that whole thing, it is going to happen. Every single country, I'm pretty sure they already have this ironed out. They're just letting us know, oh yeah, they're going to try this whole central bank digital currency thing. I've said it in so many videos. You're going to hear so many other crypto influencers say this. We are moving towards a digital economy. There's nothing you could do about it except for maybe buy Bitcoin and any other cryptocurrencies. You already see here that Russia is actually limiting the amount of Bitcoin people can buy. I think they kind of know that, yeah, Bitcoin's going to be like the next big thing. So they don't want too many citizens to have too much Bitcoin, because then they'll probably have too much power in the future, and they do not want to relinquish that power. So this is why they're limiting it. and they want to roll out their central bank digital currency as soon as possible because it allows them, or it will allow them, to track and tax and see every single transaction that you're making. You will not be able to run or hide anywhere. Maybe if you have Bitcoin, you'll be able to do it. But there's ways to kind of like figure out what your purchases are even with that, but it's a little more complicated. But these things are coming down the pipeline. Just be extremely mindful of where you put your money. And like I always say, do your own research. I'm going to leave the links to all of these stories in the description. Let's take a look at the next story. And I wonder why it's not loading. There we go. It says CommonPass Digital Health Pass and Global Common Trust Framework successfully trialed on first transatlantic flight. All right, now this doesn't really have anything to do with cryptocurrencies, but I just wanted to bring this to your attention. They are going to be tracking every single person's movement. Don't get me wrong, they're already doing this with our smartphones, but they're going to be rolling out all of these new digital things that can see if you're healthy, where have you been. It's going to get really, really crazy. It's going to be like a mixture of 1984 and a brave new world. All of these things are being rolled down the pipeline. You know, just be very mindful that this is the fourth industrial revolution, and all of these things are going to be built around this new digital ecosystem. So just be very mindful of that, because that is the world we're headed in. It's gonna look pretty scary, I will not lie to you, but like I said, there's a way to somewhat escape this system, and that is with cryptocurrencies and digital assets, the ones that are decentralized, not the centralized central bank digital currency. So just keep in mind that we're headed towards this new digital economy, and it's going to be really weird. This is why they keep saying, you know, this is the new normal. They're trying to normalize everyone to what's to come. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Let's take a look at the current cryptocurrency prices. Bitcoin is 12,000. Oh, wow. Jeez. Bitcoin is not 12,000. Well, not anymore. It's $13,161.84. Ethereum is $399.41. Tether is $1. XRP is 25 cents. Bitcoin Cash is $263.74. Binance Coin is $30.04. Polkadot is $4.25. Chainlink is $11.09. Litecoin is $54.70. Cardano is 11 cents. Bitcoin SV is $167.67. USD coin is $1. EOS is $2.65. Monero is $123.52. Crypto.com is 10 cents. Tron is 2 cents. Hex is like a couple fractions of a cent. Poseidon Network is 8 cents. Stellar is 8, and Tezos is $2.15. That is going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube, or if you're listening on Odyssey, hit that little fire button. I think that's the equivalent of a like. If you're listening on LBRY, please repost the video, and yeah, repost the video if you're listening on any of these platforms. And you can also follow me on Twitter. That is going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys and gals later.